Welcome to the Liberated Feminine Podcast. I'm Lucy Lampy, your host, and in today's episode, we're exploring dark feminine energy to make him obsessed. All right, but this is not what you think it is. The question that I want to kick this off with is, why do you need him to be obsessed with you? Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. This is a safe space to get really fucking real. Now, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, and I'm a Scorpio rising with a Scorpio stellium and a Scorpio south node, and your girl knows obsession. Okay, I am deeply versed and fluent in the language of obsession, and something that I have been just ruthlessly confronted with throughout my journey with the dark feminine, which I'll get into, has been this piece of my ego being extremely humbled and learning the real power of obsession, which at the very distilled form is your devotion to whatever it is that you're devoted to, whatever it is that you are obsessive about. My partner says that I'm obsessive about loving. And I'm like, yes, you get me, you see me. So whatever is in service to that highest love. There is a lot of distortion around how the dark feminine is presented as a way to manipulate and get what we want in an ego sense, where the real meat of what we want on that soul level, the ego obsessiveness gets in the way of. It's a distraction. So I want to share with you the real magic of the dark feminine magnetism, because the truth is that dark feminine energy is not about playing hard to get, being emotionally detached, or stroking a man's ego. The true nature of the dark feminine is to cut through the illusions of the ego, the ways that you perceive yourself to be lacking, the ways that your wounding is keeping you in a vicious cycle of anxiously pursuing someone who is maybe not even available for a relationship, for example, because of some deeply ingrained sense of unworthiness. So I do want to, again, come back to this question. Maybe you sit with this beyond this podcast. What part of you is it that actually needs a man to be obsessed with you? Because again, there is a difference between obsession and devotion. I knew going into, this relationship that I want a man who is devoted to me, to this relationship, to a shared vision. But I did not need a man who was obsessed with me. And there is a big difference. And so the thing about dark feminine energy is that when you truly work with the real stuff, when you work with her, the dark feminine, in whatever form she presents herself, whatever form, aligns with your season of life and what you're being initiated into, you can't help but radiate and magnetize. And so kind of the, when we zoom out and look at the bigger picture, which I love to do here, what's interesting about this is that when you're really embodying this totality of yourself, which includes this dark feminine, this is really reclaiming your power. And in a separate episode, I'll explain more about the difference between the dark feminine and the shadow feminine, because we get those wires crossed a lot, and I want to clarify some things on that. But that deserves its own episode. So when you do embody this dark feminine energy and you work with this powerful dark feminine energy, which helps you to alchemize your pain into power, embodied magnetism, you're going to be attracting a different kind of man. a different kind of partner, a different kind of relationship. Because there are certain parts of you that were once fragmented that are now integrated, that are now part of your wholeness. And that will activate people too. It's not just that it will magnetize people, but it will activate people. Different things in different people. It will activate some people's shadows. It will activate some people's light. It will activate some people's remembrance on a soul level. This is how powerful working with this true dark feminine energy is. So I want to share with you three ways that the dark feminine is so fucking magnetic. It just makes you so magnetic. And and then just see how how devoted of a partner this actually attracts to you, because you are not leaking sexual energy. You're not leaking your life force. You're not leaking in your boundaries. Your vessel is strong and solid, and it has a big ass capacity for love. So the first reason that the dark feminine is magnetic is because she radiates unapologetic truth. All right, she's not out here trying to people please. She's not martyring herself, sacrificing her needs, her heart, her integrity to keep a man around, or to, save a relationship, or to avoid hurting someone's feelings or stepping on someone's toes. She knows who the fuck she is, and she has her own thing going on. She does. Now, when we hear about dark feminine energy in the context of a relationship and getting a man to chase you and all of this kind of stuff, fundamentally, here is what's really going on when you're doing this from an integrated space and not from a let me play games and dangle the carrot and play hard to get so that he will then feel my absence and then come and chase me. No. Listen, if you're here, you are beyond that. Okay, this is some grown shit right here. This is that grown shit. Grown, because you are a grown ass woman. All right? When you're anchored in sense of I am, your sovereignty, connected to your deeper purpose, connected to your womb, to your voice, to your heart, you emit this kind of unfuckwithable, powerful frequency that is felt. It precedes you. Before you say anything, before you decide what outfit to wear, before you decide what your intention is in that space, this energy, this embodiment, this frequency precedes you. And so when you are radiating this wholeness, this truth of who you are, you're going to turn heads. You're going to turn heads. And now this is not to say the point is to turn heads. It's a peripheral side effect. Okay, it's one of those things that you gotta get used to. When you're embodying this energy, this is part of the gift. There's a magnetism to you embodying your truth. Not only that, it tends to have this trickle effect of giving other people, especially other women, permission to embody their truth. And when you do this from a place of truly service to love, service to your soul, vision, purpose, what you're here to do on a larger scale, instead of in an ego-serving, trying to, control the situation kind of way, it's going to land so different, and you're going to magnetize different kinds of people too. This is why I am such a big advocate of approaching topics like these and the dark feminine specifically from this perspective of love and wholeness instead of fear, scarcity, lack, because not only is it going to feel more true to you at the end of the day, which we all want to feel more at home in our bodies, right? But you're also going to attract a different caliber of people into your life. Because if you are out here using your dark feminine to play games and manipulate and coerce and control and subdue, guess what you're going to attract? People who are a match to that frequency. And so you might get a little boost out of knowing that, oh, I can, seduce this man and I can get what I want. And hey, I'm all for having fun. I'm not gonna, as my friend Kimmy Inch says, I won't ick on your yum. But at the end of that, you're not gonna feel deeply nourished. There's going to be something missing, something that's like, I wanted that deeper intimacy. What I really wanted was for someone to see me and to accept me and acknowledge that I'm good as I am. True belonging, true intimacy, not a mask. And so this dark feminine truth, she does not wear a mask. She is not trying to be the chameleon. She is discerning of what energy, what interactions, etc., to bring into which space, because she is deeply connected and attuned to the energy of that space and what will serve that situation or that conversation best. A second reason that the dark feminine is magnetic, that makes you magnetic, is because she activates in others what is repressed or hidden. And innately, we are all drawn to that thing that's like, ooh, there's something here. There's some part of me that it feels like an edge. And this person, this woman, she is just being it, and it's doing something to me. And again, you can activate anyone, men, women. You can activate their light, you can activate their shadow, you can activate ignite some deeper purpose that they have been neglecting or running away from, because you are standing in your truth, because you are committed and devoted to embodying your fullness. You're not running away from any part of you because you think she's too much or too big, too powerful, too sexy, too desirous, because she wants too much, because her vision's too big. You're not scared of that in your dark feminine. You are willing to descend as deep into the caverns of your psyche as you need to. And you know that you can always come back out because you are deeply anchored into your light. So that will activate people, especially those who have been afraid of their own power or afraid of their own shadows. And this is something to actually get excited about. I can't tell you how many messages, how many DMs I've received with something along the lines of like, oh my God, I found your page and you were talking about this, and there was this cognitive dissonance, right? Like it doesn't make sense with what I know about this thing, and yet here you are actually being the embodiment of that. And it's messing with my mind, and I just need to tell you that it's activating something in me. And I love getting those messages. It's real. It's because they're real. And I remember being in that space of feeling that pressing up against some edge that I hadn't explored yet in myself, feeling a tinge of judgment or resentment or, oh, that's not fair, or that, why does she get to be that, dance like that, move like that, dress like that, speak like that, and I don't. And that's always been an invitation to reflect back on myself. Oh my God, there is a part of me that is that. And I just haven't gone there yet. And this is my access point in that activation. Another reason that the dark feminine makes you wildly magnetic is because she is at home in the mystery, honey. She's at home in the mystery. And I don't mean, again, I'm not talking about playing games like, don't tell him anything about your feelings and save that for the 20th date. It's like, no, come on. When you are deeply connected to the essence of who you fundamentally are, to that I am, to that sovereign self, right? there is this foundational self-trust that when there is, for example, an opportunity to share something vulnerable and it feels aligned and it serves the moment best and it serves this bigger vision that you have for yourself as a woman best, you're not withholding that out of some dating rule playbook. I'm not one to say, hey, don't get vulnerable on the first date. I won't even get started with how this relationship that I'm in now began. And my cards were all on the table. Now, I wasn't just like, purging, like, oh my God, and here's this pain from my divorce and my children. And, I wasn't in a self-pitying mode. This is so important. If you're going to be embracing the mystery and embodying the mystery of the dark feminine, there are some parts that you can't fake it. You can't fake your healing. If you're still out here feeling sorry for yourself, if you're still out here feeling like you got the short end of the stick in something, and I'm not invalidating anyone's pain or experience. Listen, I have been through my own share of shit, okay? But if I had, for example, been in a space of feeling sorry for myself, feeling betrayed, feeling, like, oh my God, how could God let this happen? How could the universe let this happen? I would not have attracted this man into my life. I might have attracted a different man that would have matched that, and but not this one. And so embracing, like you're being at home in the mystery is less about what you do and don't share and more about your genuine willingness to sit with your own discomfort and to go into the mystery of yourself, of your heart, of your truth, of the ways that life is expanding you as a vessel of love. And also when you're at home in the mystery, you're not anxious about what is this relationship doing? Where are we going? You're clear about what you want. You embody your boundaries, not just speak them. They are felt. There is a reference for you as a woman there. But you're also like, you don't have anything to prove. It's beyond not being clingy. It's this essence of, I don't have anything to prove. And it's not this like, I'm better than you, I got nothing to prove. No, that's more coming from the shadow. That's more the distortion. But you soulfully integrated, your ego and your soul on the same track, serving the same purpose, amplifying that. You got nothing to prove. So if he cancels on you on one of those dates, you don't feel this urge to prove to him how high value of a woman you are and how much he is going to miss you if he fucks this opportunity up. You have nothing to prove, because also beneath it all, you have a deep trust in the universe, in life, to take care of you, that you're not going to miss out. That if anything, if this thing doesn't work out with this person, it's just setting you free. It's just saving you time. It's saving you time spent in misalignment, in trying to force something, in trying to prove something. Prove that you're lovable, prove that you're worthy, prove that you're valuable. Fuck that shit. Okay? You're past that. You're not a little girl. A teenager, not little girl, but you know what I mean. You're not the maiden seeking out that validation. You are a sovereign, wholehearted woman. Big difference. We're not, minimizing the maiden here. She has an important role. She is an important part of your feminine journey. And it's beautiful. She's just free and just free spirited and has all the possibilities in the world and just, but you're stepping into this real grown shit, remember? And the dark feminine initiates you into that like nothing else. She will not coddle you through it. She will burn shit down that does not align. Not to make you suffer, but to set you free. To set you free. And when you're comfortable in the mystery of what is that going to look like next, your whole system can relax because you're not bracing for the next moment of impact. You're not bracing for the next death and rebirth, which I know a lot of us with Scorpio placements can easily do. We're like, okay, well, things are good now, but when's that next thing gonna hit the fan? And then we gotta be all unsettled again. You get to be at ease. All right, you get to be at ease and trust the process. This is part of being surrendered and comfortable in the mystery. And another piece of being at home in the mystery is that you don't feel this need to ask for permission. And again, this is not about being cold-hearted or detached or emotionally uncaring. It's just that, okay, I'm moving in this direction, and here is where I feel my soul compelling me, and that is a more powerful pull than anything else that my anxiety or my fear might be, bringing into my energetic space. And when you're comfortable in the mystery, you don't squirm away from the discomfort. You can lean into it, knowing that there is a gift, that there are hidden wisdoms that you have yet to excavate in every one of those opportunities. So, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube or on Spotify, or respond through email to support@thewildawakening.com. Which of these magnetic dark feminine traits are you feeling like, okay, I really want this for myself. I'm ready. I'm ready to radiate unapologetic truth. I'm ready to finally activate other people and not be afraid of being seen in my bigness, or I'm ready to be more at home in the mystery. And if any of that is really calling to you, like right now, I do have a course called Dark Feminine Codes. I'm going to put the link here in the description, where you can go deeper with this alchemy, this initiation of the dark feminine, with different dark goddess archetypes, invocations, music, guided journeys, workbooks, erotic shadow work, all of this stuff. It's you don't want to miss this, and there's a coupon code to get it for a great price. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning into this episode, and until next time, here's to liberating your wild feminine heart.